Have you ever been to the beach, tasted a little splash of ocean water and thought, wow, that's salty? But if you've ever had a sip of river water, it doesn't taste salty at all. Why is that? Why do oceans taste salty but rivers taste fresh? Let's explore this mystery in a simple way. First, let's think about where rivers come from. Rivers usually begin with rain, melting snow, or underground springs. When that fresh water travels over land, it's not just moving water, it's also picking up tiny particles along the way. As rivers flow over rocks and soil, they slowly dissolve little bits of minerals, including salt. You can imagine it like this. When you stir sugar into tea, the sugar disappears, but it's still there, dissolved in the drink. In the same way, rivers pick up salt and minerals while they flow. Now, you might wonder, if rivers are carrying salt, shouldn't they taste salty too? That's a good question. The reason rivers don't taste salty is because they're constantly moving. Rain keeps adding new fresh water, and rivers are always on the move toward lakes, seas, and oceans. So the amount of salt in rivers is very small compared to the amount of fresh water rushing through. That's why rivers taste fresh. But the ocean works differently. Think of the ocean as the final stop for all those rivers. Every river eventually leads to a bigger body of water, lakes, seas, or finally the ocean. When the rivers reach the ocean, they deliver all the salt and minerals they've collected on their journey. Over time, the ocean gets more and more salt. Here's the key part. The sun plays a big role too. When the sun heats up ocean water, it evaporates into water vapor and forms clouds. This is how we get rain. But here's the trick. Salt does not evaporate. It's too heavy. So every time water evaporates, the salt is left behind in the ocean. Rain later refills rivers with fresh water, but the ocean keeps storing all that leftover salt. Now, imagine this cycle going on for millions of years. Rivers keep bringing more salt, the sun keeps taking away fresh water, but the salt stays behind. Slowly but surely, the oceans became salty, very salty. In fact, if you collected all the salt in the oceans and spread it over the land, it could cover the entire earth with a thick layer of salt several meters deep. That's a lot of salt. On the other hand, rivers don't stay in one place long enough to build up salt. They're like delivery trucks, always moving, always carrying minerals away to the ocean. That's why they remain fresh.